This takes me back to when I used to record these videos on a pretty regular basis, at length, with very little expectation of any of it ever being watched or listened to. And there was a freedom there, and I liked it. Because a long time ago when I first started, I was recording because I was hoping that there was a very specific person that I wanted to get to know, and I wanted to let them get to know me on their terms. And I thought that this was a good idea, and they could watch if they wanted to. And I've talked about this before. It didn't work out, and I ended up I'll just keep doing it because I liked it. Just talking to myself and recording videos, and it's like, see what happens. And here we are, over 3 years later, and I'm still sitting here, and I'm still talking to this same tablet, and things are going great. But I didn't know that 3 years ago. Well, I had an idea, but I didn't know what I was doing, and I still don't know. But it doesn't matter, because it's life, and I'm showing up for it, and I'm being a part of it, and it's I like being on this side of things, being less afraid. Doesn't mean that I'm not afraid, just less afraid. And so anyway, I was just thinking about how I hadn't recorded a video like this in a long time, and I'm planning on not titling it or making it anything interesting, because I would prefer it to not be watched. This is just a conversation for myself, and whoever does end up, clicking on it and getting this far, because most people don't, because I'm not really talking for them or to them, and it's not about them, and they probably won't get anything out of it. I'm just some person talking to themselves, and I would find it very strange. It would almost be like eavesdropping on a private conversation. And but since I am placing it out there, people are welcome to listen and have whatever thoughts they want to think about it. But mostly it's for me to keep a record of who I was at the time when whatever else was going on, just so I can look back, maybe if I choose to, just to get an idea. It's just to keep an archive of who I was at the time, before I knew this, or before this happened. Because after certain things happen, I can't go back to, because right now I don't know what's going to happen. So this is the time before I knew what will end up happening. Not that it's anything good or anything bad in particular, it's just this is the only day that I can speak with realistic, plausible deniability, because I don't have advanced knowledge of the future. So now is the only time that I can speak from a perspective of not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow and all the days forward. As later, I will know. And then I will just be like, if I only knew now what I'm going to know later, but I don't. So anyway, I don't know. I'm just kind of in a good mood. And I got back from a meeting, and I had a good conversation after the meeting with a friend of mine. And people are wishing me well that know me well. And the ones that don't know me and are kind of skeptical and suspicious, and it's like, well, they don't know me very well, and they don't know the situation, and I cannot explain it to them. It's like too late, really, to come into the situation at this point and try to understand. I've been, telling my story as best as I know how for a long time, and if people still don't understand me, it's like I can't really help them. maybe there's just too much of a difference of how they are and how I am, and it's like I'm not hiding anything, and I'm not up to no good or anything like that. I'm just being myself, and it's just like I am not everybody's cup of tea, and it's like, and that's okay. Not trying to be, not anymore. If I ever was, then I don't think so. Even then, I was struggling for my own sense of identity and to be permitted to be myself without interference or interruption, because I felt it was I was respecting other people by, just allowing them and letting them be whoever it is they was. Why couldn't they just leave me alone and let me be whoever it is I am? I wasn't asking for their input about how to be my, it's where but society doesn't care so much. They see somebody different than normal, and they want to help to bring them into the fold, to help teach them where they are wrong and how to socialize them so they act properly. And that was never going to be me, but it's been just a theme throughout my entire life of being helped to be like how I am supposed to be. And it hasn't helped. It's just stressed me out. So at this point in my life, though, it's like I have fought long enough, and I haven't won or gained ground, but I've been resolute in my position that I am less susceptible to the machinations of other people's agendas, and there are far easier people for them to try their attempts on. It's like, I'm not trying to fit in. It's like, I'll just be content with my very few people that I actually seem to get along with, and I do get along with. And it's those are the ones that wish me well and understand my decisions and my motivations. And part of me is sad to, sort of be losing that connection. But it's like it'll just change. I don't have to lose it. It'll just change. So, as I'm moving away, and I won't. But I don't see them very often anyway. Some of the people that I'm talking about. So it's like, that's life. People move, meet new people, and it's like, I know I'm valued now, but I hope that they meet new people, and I know I'm valued and respected in my own way. But at the heart of it, at the truth of it, I'm relatively insignificant in most people's lives. I'm not. I'm valued, but my absence will not leave too much of a void for very long. Yeah, I'll be like remembered every now and again, but it'll be okay. I'm not, I'm just not from here, and I never really established much of a life. I tried, but so anyway. So I was thinking about these videos and how it's like I haven't recorded one back here in this format in a long time, and I thought that I might enjoy it, and then naming it anonymously, and because I just remember being able to speak more freely and then not really worrying over other people watching and what they might think, and then what they might comment. And because nowadays when I see that there's a comment, I kind of click on the notification with like, uh-oh, because I don't always get the nicest comments. And it's been a little bit of a source of anxiety, like seeing comments and not knowing who it is and what they're going to say. So I just kind of like click on it and get a sense of it. It's like, okay, it's not an attack. And there are just people that are just, they might not always understand exactly what they are, what they've seen, but they seem to appreciate it most times, like 80 to 90% of the time, which is good enough. But there's the 10%, 20% that just are confused. And it's because I don't explain myself, and there is a learning curve. And if you've never seen anything that I've recorded before, then I wouldn't imagine it would make sense. Why would anyone do this? And it's because I've been doing it for a long time, and I didn't just start with this. So if, like, this is the first video somebody saw of mine, it's like, what the heck? Why are they talking? And it's like, who are they talking to? Who is the audience? And they seem very comfortable. At least I try to be comfortable. I try not to put on a show or to pretend at being other than how I actually am. And all of this is mood dependent. But anyway, but I do or am aware that I am being recorded, and this will go up and be available for anyone to look at. And that's okay. It's like I don't really have that much to hide, or if anything to hide, And maybe I should feel a greater sense of shame or embarrassment or something about my story, as though to protect myself, or because I don't want to appear vulnerable or weak, or to be offensive to the sensibilities of the unknown. But what good does that do? What good has it ever done? And I like thinking that, whatever it is I'm doing, maybe that just shows that it's possible, and that it's something that somebody else might want to do for themselves. That it's like, sure, it's different, but I think it's different good, not different bad. To just kind of speak and not be afraid as much, as because people are going to think whatever they're going to think, and do whatever they're going to do, and believe whatever they're going to believe, and I don't have any control over that. But and I don't have to let other people's opinions and beliefs say something about me, or cause me grief, or hurt, or insult or offense. Because everybody has a right for themselves, and so I have my permission to exist, as does other people. So it's like, I know I don't understand a lot of other people, and that's okay. So, but this is just me in my own little private space, where I can do very little harm, and people have to voluntarily choose to watch. But this is mostly about my own record keeping of who I was at the time, on this particular day, in this particular environment. And I feel good. And yeah, this room will be a memory for me in the not too distant future. And that's a good thing. I need to get out of this room. I need to record in other rooms, in other places, in other environments. And I'm looking forward to it. It'll be different, but different good. And so the journey away from here will start soon. I have a date in mind now. I wasn't sure exactly when it was going to happen, what day, but now I do. And very soon, I won't be in this room any longer. I won't be recording in this apartment, and ever again, after having lived in this apartment since November of 2016, and then started recording. I think it was what was it? Late December 2020, I think, is when I started posting videos. So it's been quite a journey, and I plan on. The best part is it keeps going. As long as I'm willing to take it, the journey continues. And so far up until this point, it has been what has felt like a solo journey. But I've never really been alone. There have just there have been people along the way that I've gotten to know to various degrees, but there's never been that connection with just a single person where I just that I've been seeking for a while, that connection, and all attempts had, for whatever reason, beyond my understanding or knowing or ability to process, it just didn't work for whatever reason, which was okay. And usually it's the other person that recognizes that something isn't going to work. And so maybe it's just my inability, something to do with my perception or observational skills or my emotional availability, or I don't know. But whatever the relationship is that I'm in now, that I'm working on and developing as we speak, works. And why it works and how it works is also beyond me. I just know that it does. And all I have to do is be myself. And because that's always been what I've been trying to do, and it just didn't work. And that didn't really mean that I was being myself incorrectly. It's just, or that they were being their selves incorrectly. It's just incompatible. Incompatible. Is that a word? I think it is. Or less compatible, or something. But what I'm working on now, it just feels real. And sure, it does require effort and, curiosity and asking questions, but then also not feeling as though I'm supposed to understand automatically and get things and guess at things, and there's that there's like some game going on, and it's like if I don't guess correctly, then I'm subject to penalties or punishment, or things like that. It's like no, it's just talking up front, honesty, and it's like, this is what I think about this, and this is what they think about that, and it's just like looking for the common ground and finding it, and it's and a shared sentiment of different backgrounds, from different stories of different walks of life, but there's just enough similarities there that it's not a matter of searching for them. It's just they're already there. So we just have to, we're just talking and revealing our stories as we go along, and it's like, so I don't know. And I can only imagine that this is what other people experience. And it's new to me, and I think it's new to her too, that we've neither of us has ever experienced this sort of phenomenon. And I'm still taken aback, and it's like, really? Because it still feels very new, and I want it to continue to feel new. And I also want to not take it for granted, or to take it as a given, as though it's like, oh, I don't have to work as hard, or I don't have to try as hard. And I don't have to, it's like I can have that established trust. But I still need to, I can't just, still have to try. And I still have to make an effort, and I still have to be there and be accountable and be available. And that's not going out of my way. That's not like doing something that I don't want to do. It's doing what I want to do. And I like that they're doing that on their side too. They are being available and asking questions, and they are there for me. Like I'm trying to be there for them. And it's like, right now I'm here, but very soon I will be there. And there won't be this whole distance and disconnect of time and space. I will simply just be there. And I think it'll be a change, and it'll be a learning curve, and there will be growing pains, but these are things that we've discussed and continue to discuss, because neither of us knows how it's going to be. And but I think that with effort on both sides, and communication and conversation like we've already established, it'll be okay. And why will it be okay, or how will it be okay? I don't know, but it will. And do I have any right to be as confident as what I am? No. Based on what experience am I making these evaluations? None. I don't have any. But it'll be okay anyway. So, somehow. And I don't think it's that much of a leap of logic or of faith or of belief. It's just, I don't know. It just feels right. And so I just think it's a wonderful thing, and an unexpected thing. And I think that she's worth it, and I think that I'm worth it. And I think that together we have more than either of us do individually. And I'm looking forward to the trip. And I'm looking forward to getting underway. And yeah. So these are the things that I'm just telling myself right now, on this day, February 15th, 2024. Like, this is who I am. This is what I'm thinking, and how I'm feeling, and how I'm thinking about what I'm feeling, and how I'm feeling about what I'm thinking. And I don't know what the future holds. The future is like an undiscovered country. Star Trek reference. And yeah. So anyway, this is about as much as what I feel like I want to talk. And and this is a very private video, I suppose, but I'm going to put it up publicly, and because I just assume that no one's going to watch, especially not watch this far. I'm only expecting a single other person to be interested and to know what so it is for them. But anyone else that watches, especially this far, it's like I don't know what they could possibly get out of it except for maybe a mild amusement or that sense of so I'm glad for what is happening, that it's happening. And I'm trying to be as patient as possible. So I take my time and make good decisions. Because I want to make it out there safely. And so I feel pretty good. So anyway, I'm kind of stalling because I'm waiting for something to, come to me that I need to say or want to say, and it's like, no, I guess I've said everything I want to say. And since this is going to be a public video, it's like I should just, keep some things close. So, anyway. Good night. And until the next video, because I might make a few more of these while I still have this room at my disposal. This room that I've recorded so many videos in. So anyway, I'm just rambling. So anyway, I should go and see if I've had a phone call or any sort of message, because sometimes I do, and it's kind of nice. There's unexpected little messages. So, okay, now I'm going to go. So, good night to whoever's watching, and I wish you all well.